Hi guys, today we're going to go over my latest purchase and then we're going to decide together if it's a good purchase or bad purchase. My name is Jeremy, this is Region Automotive, and let's get to work. All right, so let's talk about it. This is a 2004 Ford Excursion with a 6-liter Powerstroke diesel. That is the main reason why I got this truck, is because it had the diesel. Originally, I was looking for a diesel truck to tow the trailer. I'm going to clean that up or upgrade that trailer eventually. But I figured when I buy and sell cars, it's much easier to just have a truck and trailer to tow the cars versus always having to bug someone for a ride when I buy the car. And then if I have to drive it to a mechanic or get it detailed or whatever, I just want a nice diesel truck and trailer so I can shuttle cars around without having to bug people or worry about putting insurance on the cars. Yeah, so let's do a walk around and talk about the cosmetics. We'll talk about the price afterwards and what I paid for it, but that was the main thing advertised wrong with the truck, is the cosmetics. So yeah, we'll walk around and talk about it. First off, needs a grille. It's missing the emblem in the middle there. Looks like that broke through. The radiator or AC condenser doesn't look to be damaged, so that's good. And then you have your plug-in hanging there. It's not that big of a deal. Looks like it has newer winter tires. Actually, just looking at them now, they look kind of cupped. I wasn't planning on keeping those tires anyway. The body has some scuffs, nothing crazy. It's missing the running boards, which is weird. They don't look like they rusted or broke off. It looks like they're taken off completely. Decent scuff there. One thing I really liked about this truck is apparently, well, not even apparently, there's like no rust on the body. So that's huge, especially where I am in Western Canada. Like that lip there doesn't look too bad. I checked out the rocker. There's no rust on the rocker. So that right there is like worth saving the truck, because again, these are pretty rare, especially with the diesel, and having no rust on the body, that's huge, especially the region that I'm in, like I said. So yeah, again, just kind of bumps, bruises, scrapes on the body, nothing too bad. It's relatively straight, no rust. Do I see anything under there? No, that's just glue. Like, again, that's crazy. Like, usually there's freaking rust. That's like, usually these panels are held on by rust, but I literally can't see any. The only rust I've seen so far on the truck is the rear bumper, and that doesn't bug me so much if it's a panel that I can replace, and that rust isn't going to rust into the rest of the body and the undercarriage. It's just going to stay on the bumper. Like, that's fine to me. Too much talking, not enough breathing. Has some chips or something there. Splatter, I don't know what that is. This panel's fallen off, but again, even if you look under there, there's no rust. That is crazy. Yeah, so the 3M tape or whatever is coming off. That's not a big deal. Pretty much the same story on this side. Tires are okay, not as nice as the advertiser told me. It's mainly the wear on the front tires, but it's whatever. Again, a little bit of surface rust in the corner of the body there, but that's totally manageable. Same thing here. Okay, maybe there's a little bit starting, but again, that's not crazy, especially for my region. For whatever reason, this door handle is black when the rest are the original gold color. Not too sure why. A little chip here, missing the running board. Again, it's weird that it's completely missing, and it's not like rusted off or anything. Maybe it did rust off and they took it off. I don't know. Just notice the mud flap is broken there. Yeah, couple rust chips on the front end, nothing crazy there. So we'll jump into the interior, and that was the main cosmetic issue with this thing. So apparently this guy had a dog or dogs that he transported with us in the back. So the seats, I was gonna say mostly interior, but it's mainly just the seats are destroyed. So yeah, that again just chewed up, ripped off by the dog. We'll get in the back where it's worse. That's crazy. Look, that dog had that whole seat for lunch. Like, that's insane. And then he had the back of that one for dessert. Like, Yeah, guy must have really loved his dogs to let them chew up this truck like that. So yeah, I would need all new seats. Back seat actually doesn't look too bad, which is nice. Because my plan would be, if I do end up deciding to keep it, is I want to build this into an overlander truck. For those of you that may or may not know, I have a 2004 GMC Yukon, which I built into an overlander. It's worked great for me and my wife for the past 2 years. But the reason why I want to build this into an overlander is because I would plan on keeping like the diesel truck for towing long term, and I'd plan on keeping the Yukon for overlanding long term, but I don't want to deal with having to maintain and insure both vehicles. So my thought was to have both an overlander and a tow rig with this truck, which I think it is entirely possible. At the rear here, that kind of works. That doesn't, I don't know if it's supposed to open more. And then the handles are just kind of sticky and like that. Needs lubrication. This I wasn't able to get open. Maybe there's something I'm missing. Yeah, actually, what I was saying, or what I was trying to get into earlier, is the back seat is actually in half decent shape. I think I can save that one. And really, I only want, like, if we're to use this as an overlander, we wouldn't use the back seats very much. I'd keep them out. So I was actually looking for parts vehicles, and I was worried about getting those captain's chairs in the middle. But if I have this back seat that's in good enough condition, I'll just clean it up and put that in whenever I bring people around. And then I should be able to find, or I know I can find, the front seats will be the same as the F350. So that shouldn't be too hard to find replacement seats. Other than that, I was actually a little worried about the carpet, like the dogs peeing on the carpet and stuff like that. It's dirty, there's lots of hair, but it actually doesn't smell too bad, and I don't see a lot of pee stains, so the guy must have had his dogs trained well, minus the eating of the seats. The windshield is absolutely roached out, so I'll have to replace that. I actually ended up picking this thing up out of town. We met he was 4 hours away from me, but we met in a small city, or small town 2 hours away. So I kind of just did a once over on this thing, but I was pretty much committed at that point. I talked to the previous owner quite a bit. We agreed on a half decent price, which I will mention at the end here. But yeah, when I got there, I just did my usual quick, like, I just looked under. The undercarriage actually, again, looks pretty good. The frame, it's all there. The rear end wasn't leaking, which was awesome. Same thing under the engine here. Everything looked to be there. It wasn't leaking, which was very surprising to me, considering the mileage. Let's talk about the mileage, and then I want to start it up and show you a couple of my concerns with the mechanical. So the mileage is 466 and 250,000 kilometers. I searched it up. That's approximately 290,000 miles, which is quite a bit. So I'll show you my first concern with the mechanical. It's not loving a cold start. See, it just evened out there. It's smoking quite a bit on cold start. I'm gonna wait a few minutes till this warms up, and then I'll show you how it runs after that. So once it warms up, it sounds better. Apparently the head gaskets were replaced, which is nice. And I have like zero blow-by or zero smoke coming through the coolant tank. And then no blow-by coming through the oil cap, so that's nice. It looks like the smoke has chilled out. Still doesn't sound great. So there's that. That cold start issue would need to be addressed right away. And my last really concern about the mechanics is the steering is super loose. Like when I was on the highway, it had the old, what is that, 12 o'clock, so it'd have to go to like 9 o'clock or 3 o'clock before the truck would even turn, and it was just walking all over the highway, so the whole front end would have to be redone, alignment, and then the ABS light is on, which isn't a huge deal to me. I'm sure it's just a sensor or wiring or something like that. Just a quick reminder to subscribe, you guys, if you want to see me make more poor decisions like this. My goal is to get this channel to 1,000 subs at the start to be monetized, and I promise you'll see more projects like this if you can help get me to that monetization. I took it for a 10-minute drive just to kind of get everything up to temp there, and it's running better, but not perfect, and it's still smoking. So like I said, it's running better. It sounds better. Oh, gotta readjust my parking job there. That's funny. But yeah, it's smoking a little bit. And when I was revving it up, there's smoking there as well. So I will tell you what my thoughts are that's wrong with the engine based on my little bit of research and my very limited knowledge on diesels. So this is the 6-liter Powerstroke. The head gaskets have been done about 10 years ago, and I showed you with the cap off that they're not blowing through at all, so that's good. But these things are known to have injector issues, and from what I was reading, they call it stiction, static friction or whatever. And this truck apparently is sat like and has not been driven much. Like I don't think it's been on the highway for like the past 8-10 years or so. So my guess is that there's that spool valve in the injectors, and there's varnish and oil and crap that's just hanging up that spool valve. So it's not moving freely, it's just kind of sticking back and forth. And the truck, you know, can't get predictable timing or predictable fuel, especially when it's cold, because, you know, everything runs like crap when it's cold. So my guess is that the injectors need to be replaced or rebuilt, and the truck will run better. But definitely let me know what you think in the comments below. Please do, especially if you know more than me about these trucks, because this is my first time owning a diesel, and that's probably the first thing I'm going to look at once I jump into repairing it, is rebuilding those injectors. Okay, now that you have the full picture on the truck, I'll tell you how much I paid for it, and let me know down below if you think it was a good buy or not, and I'll let you know my thoughts. So I paid 3,500 Canadian dollars for this truck, so that's this many USD. I personally think that was a good price. Originally, when I was contacting the guy, he didn't really tell me about that misfire issue. I like to see the best in people, especially this guy. Him and I talked back and forth quite a bit. He didn't know a lot about mechanics. He had the head gaskets done like 10 years ago, drove it a little bit. Sounds like the truck is sat quite a bit, so I'm guessing this is a new issue from sitting, which I think, again, is those injectors. But let me know down below. Do you think that was a good purchase or not a good purchase? All right, guys, thanks for watching my video on my new project reveal. Don't forget to stick around, because regardless whether if I keep this thing long-term or not, it's going to be fixed, and it will be fixed on the channel. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and have a good day.